I am doing another knife collection auction on Whatnot tomorrow night, Sunday, the 25th at 8 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to join me, it'll be at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, and we have a bunch of great items. If it's your first time buying anything on Whatnot, you get $15 off. And if you subscribe to me on Whatnot, if you're there, you can enter into giveaways just for being subscribed to me. Now, if you buy something, you'll be entered, or you can enter into separate giveaways at the end of the show that's only for the buyers that bought that show. And if you want to become a buyer or a seller on Whatnot, I have links to both in my bio. This is on Whatnot, so you do have to use the link, go over to Whatnot, sign up, and then follow my page. Like I said, 8 p.m. Central Time, tomorrow night, the 25th. Now, I do have inventory going up there. If it's not up there yet, by tomorrow, everything will be up there. But I normally have things going up there still right before the show. So if you see a bunch of items there, don't think that that's the whole thing. That's just a partial list. And I'll continue adding more and more items if you go and check out the items list at the show. Hopefully I see you guys there. You guys might remember this knife right here, which was the Stinger XL. Well, now we have a new version of the Stinger XL, same size, but with a much slicier grind. This thing is an absolute cutting beast. Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're checking out the new Stinger XL with a full flat grind that gets down very thin behind the edge while it has a very robust large build. The original one, was a bayonet style blade shape, which I love. Bayonet style blade shapes. They're one of my favorites. This still has the same shape, which is the spear point, but it doesn't give you the grind down the center. So while this one's going to have a little bit more robustness for poking and stabbing, it's not going to slice as good. So you are taking some downsides to having a blade grind like this. Once you do something like this, especially for EDC use, it's going to poke just as good, but now you're going to have better utility cuts, better slicing, maybe not better utility cuts, but potentially, but you're definitely 100% going to have better slicing. The transition from the edge to the spine is 100% full flat, so it's a great transition. Very, very slicey, similar to what you'd expect from like a chef knife. Obviously just more robust. Two there. Oh, wow. Oh my God, look at that. Woo! Let's compare it to the original just really quick. We use two pieces just like this one. Yeah, it's night and day difference. It's still good, it's still an awesome knife, but this is just, yeah, laser. That full flat grind, man, full flat grinds, they just cut. They do an incredible job with these. The sound, the action. Listen to the action. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we do have another one here I want to show you guys, the all blacked out one. And you see it's got all black G10 with the coating on the 154 cm blade. Listen to this sound. Gotta love that sound. Here's the original. And another thing that I love about both of them is that they do this replacement plate. So it's a reversible deep carry clip, and it does come with an extra clip just in case if you unspring it or mess it up or something, because I don't think, yeah, there's no difference. So you do have another clip if you want to slide it over there. And you see how it's got 3 screws? Hell yeah. So you're never gonna have to worry about that clip. Well, typically you're not gonna have to worry about it ripping off. Some people with these deep carry clips bend them up, but you get an extra one. You get an extra one. I never have that issue. Some people do. Now there is one other version of this that we should talk about right now, and that is the Mini. This is the EDC. So the Stinger EDC. You got the Stinger XLs and the EDC. The EDC is obviously more compact. You still get a 4-finger grip, very comfortable in the hand. You still got the same clip. I said grip, right? Grip and then clip. They sound the same. All right, so we have a deep carry clip that's inside with flat screws, just like the big one. Good access to the lock bar, just like the big one. Very smooth ceramic bearing action, just like the large one. Nice comfortable flipper tab with great jimping. Nice snap to it. And way smaller. And this one does come with the full flat like the big one. So, but man, oh man, is that a big difference in size, right? So, do I think that this is an improvement over this one? I'll say 100% it's an improvement as far as general purpose goes, general use. If you're going to say specifically for self-defense, then no, it's not going to be much different. This one potentially could be a little better just because maybe the wound channel would be a little bigger for poking. But I'll be honest, man, I don't think you're going to see that much of a difference here. If I poked with this one or poked with this one, it's going to be pretty much the exact same wound. So the difference is going to be in the performance and use. And in this case, this one's definitely going to perform better. Now, I want to bring these ones out because I want to show you the ergonomics of this thing. Nicely contoured, nice edge around, or chamfer around the edge. You probably see it better on the black one here. And it is very comfortable. You can choke all the way up. You got a bit of handle hanging out, you know, maybe for some attitude adjustments. You can cram yourself right up to that flipper tab. So if something did fail, you know, you can potentially stop it from hurting you, but also just gives you a locked in grip that makes you feel like you're in control. Now, if you hold back here, you do feel the clip quite a bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Maybe for some little light chopping purposes. You can do the reverse grip and cap off the butt end if you want. It's a little risky with liner locks because if you did poke downward, you don't want to be poking towards the lock. You'd rather poke this way so that the stress is going bam towards the stop pin. So you don't want to stab this way because it'll go towards the lock. Stab this way, it goes towards the stop pin. So just saying that because I've seen a lot of people stab things and then get seriously hurt. I've had knives fail on me too. Luckily, I've only gotten very minimal damage from that type of thing, but I've seen really bad damage and it has happened to me. So I do know from experience. Again, man, phenomenal action, man. Love the access to the lock bar. It's not like a lot of access. It's just they give you just the right amount because it is thicker right here. So it gives you a nice gap. Of course, I always prefer a little bit more with some texturing on there, but I'm not complaining. But it would be nice. So I am complaining just a little bit. It'd be nice if it was just cut back just a little bit, but it's still good. Super duper smooth. You got basically a drop shut action. I'd say a small shake shut. Couple half a shakes, you're in there. Listen to D10. That's nice. That's nice. The 154cm, I think they do a good job with it. Plus 154cm is an easy steel for companies to heat treat. And it's a great steel, holds an edge almost as much as S35VN. In many cases, I'd prefer it over 154cm if I can get a little bit more affordable because I'm going to get pretty much the same edge retention, you know, damn near, at least very close. I think S35 has maybe like a 7% advantage, if that. So, you know, not that big of a deal. Then, you know, as far as corrosion resistance, great corrosion resistance. Like I said, holds a good edge, takes a very sharp edge. I honestly prefer 154cm way over CPM 154. And I know a lot of people would prefer it vice versa because of the toughness. CPM 154 is a powdered version of 154cm and it's tougher. So you're going to have a tighter grain structure. Now, that's the downside to me personally. That grain structure is so fine, it's too fine. So what happens is when you go to sharpen it, it'll sharpen up really good. But once you get over a certain grit, it starts losing its bite because it's so fine-grained, it doesn't leave the micro serrations that you want if you're going to have a fine edge. So for 154cm and 154cm and especially CPM 154, I recommend a medium grit edge. 600 grit is typically where I put it. For 154cm, I'd say 600 to 1200 is amazing. For CPM 154, I'd say like 300 to 600 because it actually feels like a 600 grit feels like a 1200 grit on CPM 154. All in all, it's a large knife. It's a big knife. Very big in the pocket. It's going to be a knife specifically for somebody who likes large knives. But if you are wanting a large knife, this is definitely one to check out, especially if you're looking for something that has a lot of general use capabilities, but then also self-defense capabilities. You have just enough belly to cut down a flat surface, very easy to get to the tip. You got plenty of straight edge there for slicing, and you know, it's just, you know, the way it's going to slice with that full flat's going to be amazing. You got two standoffs back there, T8 hardware all the way around except for on the clip. That'd be my one negative, is I wish those were just T8s. And it's not that big of a deal, so this really isn't even a negative, because I understand the clip screws, you know, because they need the room, but I always like seeing T8s, but not that big of a deal. The next thing, you know, like I said, a little bit more access to the lock bar would be really cool. Not that it's bad, so it's not a negative. It's just I'd prefer a little tiny bit more. I'm very happy with the sharp control and plunge grind. They did a phenomenal job with that. They kept the end of the plunge grind away from the edge, which is really nice, because that's not what they did with the small one. So this is bad, because the end of the plunge grind's hitting the edge. You can see it. I can actually feel it. And then here, it's not. So this is good. The original one was good. Yeah, the original one was decent. This one's better, but this one was still good. And that's just the geometry. But yeah, there you guys go, man. Off-grid knives. Killer knives. They do a really good job. I believe they use Best Tech for their OEM work. Best Tech does a really good job, and they're only getting better and better, you know, every day they are in business. They definitely are a company that do strive. You know, I've done a lot of communications with them. I'm pretty sure they're using Best Tech. I know they were using WE and Best Tech, but either one. So this goes for both these companies. I deal with both these companies on a regular basis, and they truly do love knives and truly are trying to create great knives for the user. You know, sometimes there's designers that make mistakes and the company takes the fall for it. And I completely understand that. Kind of like the one issue I'm about to bring up in another video. But anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Till next time, peace.